We are pleased to begin the second half of our evening and welcome you to the 22nd Annual Game Developers' Choice Awards. Please welcome the host of the evening, Osama Dorius.
Knock, knock. Halo. Halo, everyone. My name is Osama Dorius, and I am so honored to be your host for the 22nd Annual Game Developers' Choice Awards. I've learned to always start with my best joke. It helps set the tone and manage expectations. The Game Developers' Choice Awards have always held a special place in my heart because these are our picks for the best in our industry. My friends, it feels great to return to an in-person ceremony. Thank you. Now, world circumstances being what they are, this event will look and feel a bit different from what we're used to. But don't worry, we have lots of safety protocols in place. Everyone's vaccinated, we've got masks, we're working on getting everyone unionized. And I promise there are no NFTs tonight. All of our awards are all completely fungible. That was an interesting choice. I think it's okay if things are a little different. I mean, what are game developers if not adaptive and resilient? 2021 was a wild roller coaster of a year, but despite everything, so many amazing games came out. And everyone in this room knows that releasing a game at all is a miracle. In light of this, I don't think it's fair that we can't give everyone an award. So I made an award for everyone who released a game this year. Isn't it beautiful? This trophy is all of ours. But we're going to keep it at my house, okay? Is that okay? Whoa, it's heavy. But really, let's get on with the show. I have a personal goal to make as many dad jokes and puns as possible tonight. So let's start with unpacking these awards. We start our show with the award for the best debut. An award for studios starting out their legacy on the right foot. From The Artful Escape to Wildermyth, each of these games showcases the bright future of game development. And I can't wait to see what these studios come up with next. Every first game has a special place in our hearts, but it's incredible to see a studio knock it out of the park on their first try. Usually, it takes two. So here are the nominees for the best debut.
Best Debut. Ember Lab.
Nominated for Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Iron Gate Studio.
Nominated for Valheim.
World Walker Games.
Nominated for Wilderness.
Beethoven and Dinosaur.
Nominated for The Artful Escape.
Shedworks.
Nominated for Saber.
And the winner is Iron Gate Studios. The best debut winner couldn't be here tonight, but they've sent an acceptance message.
Hi, I'm Josephine.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Lisa, and we're from Iron Gates.
Thank you so much for naming Valheim this year's best debut. It really is an honor.
It's been a great time working on this game, and we're happy to hear that you appreciate the game so much. Thank you so much for everything. Valheim, peace out!
So, what's the video games artist's favorite soda? Sprite! Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Someone liked it. Okay, that was a bad one. I'm sorry. Video game art can range from 8-bit pixels to photorealistic worlds, complete with puddles, with reflections. It's breathtaking. And above all, it's interactive. You can't step into a movie and see the grass move when you swing your sword, or open a glowing chest and get what's inside. These games are exemplary for having some of the best art that our medium has to offer. Here are the nominees for the best visual art.
Best Visual Art. Forza Horizon 5, developed by Playground Games, published by Xbox Game Studios. Mike Brown, Don Arcata, Gareth Harwood, Fraser Strachan. Kena, Bridge of Spirits, developed by Ember Lab, published by Electronic Arts. Mike Greer, Wanchana Vic Intrasamba, Julian Vermeulen. Deathloop, developed by Arcane Leon, published by Bethesda Softworks. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, developed by Insomniac Games, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
All right.
Psychonauts 2, developed by Double Fine Productions, published by Xbox Game Studios. Lisette Tisra Montgomery.
And the winner is, I'll get it open, Ratchet and Clank.
Thank you. This is crazy. So thank you, GDC. Thank you for the other nominees. All those games were just beautiful and amazing, and we're in great company. Grant Hollis, our amazing art director, Marcus Smith, creative director, Mike Daly, the entire awesome and amazing Insomniac art and tech teams, all of our supportive families, and all the fans that love these characters as much as we do. This was a dream project. It's why I wanted to work at Insomniac, and it's kind of amazing to be up here. So, thank you.
Has anyone heard anything about the Best Audio Award? No? I guess we'll have to play it by ear? No. Yes, thank you. That was a clap. Excellent sound design highlights and uplifts the best parts of our games. They make the highs even more exciting and the lows even more emotional. And an excellent soundtrack can stick with us long past finishing the game. I've had the elevator music for Dead Rising stuck in my head since 2006. I'm not gonna sing it to you, don't worry. Creating exceptional sound design is a unique challenge, and I think we all underestimate the impact and satisfaction that comes with a well-placed chime or crash. So let's honor the nominees for Best Audio.
Best Audio. Returnal. Developed by Housemarque. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Louis Coutier. Simon Gumbleton. Harry Kruger. Unpacking. Developed by Witchbeam. Published by Humble Games. Jeff Van Dyke. Angela Van Dyke. Ella Van Dyke. Deathloop, developed by Arcane Lyon, published by Bethesda Softworks.
Do you need my help?
No, I'm fine.
So keep getting yourself killed.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, developed by Eidos Montreal, published by Square Enix. Steve Shipkowski. Forza Horizon 5, developed by Playground Games, published by Xbox Game Studios. Mike Brown, Don Arcata, Gareth Harwood, Fraser Strachan.
And the winner is Unpacking!
Holy crap. I think the key word here is underestimation. I just totally underestimated the size of this game and the reaction to this game. And look, I just really want to thank Tim and Ren for inventing this game, and the rest of the Witchbeam team, Nart and Angus and May and Emily, for supporting us and just making this a reality. And I just cannot believe this. Thank you very much.
Here tonight to present this year's Ambassador Award is video game writer and content creator Alana Pierce.
Hello, everyone.
I struggle to think of a person who is more deserving of receiving this year's Ambassador Award than my friend, Stephen Spon. This award is for someone who has helped the games industry advance to a better place, and if I were to give Steve one criticism, it is that he has tirelessly tried so hard to advance the games industry to a better place that it has probably come at his own expense. Steve has effectively dedicated his life to championing video game accessibility, sometimes even braving the inner workings of Reddit. I know. Can you imagine telling Reddit you think disabled gamers should be able to play FromSoft games, and coming out of that on the other side filled with good vibes? No. No, you can't. And yet, even though it is undoubtedly hard and taxing, Steve persists where others won't, because Steve is the best of us. If you don't know Stephen Spon, you're missing out. Not only because he's one of the funniest people I know. To be clear, he paid me to put that in the script. I'll take the $50 after the awards is done, thanks, Steve. But he's also incredibly accomplished. Steve is the Senior Director of Able Gamers, which is an organization that's dedicated to improving accessibility in video games. And enabling more people with disabilities to be able to play video games. He recently managed to raise $1 million for Able Gamers for his 40th birthday as part of a campaign he called Spawn Together. That's more than most people have accomplished in our entire lifetimes, and Steve did it to celebrate his own birthday. Most of us sleep in a little bit longer and order a pizza. Steve banded together a huge team of people to raise $1 million, all in the name of providing gaming peripherals and hardware to people who may not be able to play games without them. He also managed to repeatedly murder me in Among Us and beat me in Fall Guys repeatedly, probably all in the same day. Actually, I take back everything that I've said. Steve is horrible. Hashtag cancel Stephen Spon. But really, outside of his work directly with Able Gamers and his work being the only righteous troll on the entirety of Twitter, Steve has also done a tremendous job of recruiting people outside of the industry to talk about video game accessibility. People like Ryan Reynolds and Brie Larson, some of the biggest streamers and content creators, can't help but be on Steve's side. And this is supposed to be a speech about his work, but I can't go on without mentioning that part of it is because he's so incredibly kind, engaging, charismatic, and incredibly ridiculously handsome. Okay, now he's just editing the teleprompter. He can't keep getting away with this. I could talk for a really, really long time about why I'm honored to call Steve one of my best friends and how I'm so proud to have been asked to present him with this year's Ambassador Award, but I'm worried that he has slipped more sly compliments about himself into my script. So that is it from me. Welcome, Steve Spon, everybody.
It's awkward. She doesn't realize I can't hold that award. It's an honor and a privilege to share this evening of Inscription with you. Years ago, before my first industry event, I stayed up all night meticulously writing the importance of helping people with disabilities. The very first day, I presented that information to a lead developer at Rockstar Games. He ignored me, instead looking right over my wheelchair, directly at my invisibly disabled Able Gamers partner, Mark Barley, then crumpled up the pamphlet, threw it in the trash, and walked away. I was devastated. It was at that moment that I knew there was no seat at the table for someone like me. So I set out and made my mission to make one. People tell me I am strong, resilient, inspirational, but I'm here to tell you that I am not. I am here. I didn't quit because my options were to be those things or die. I chose not death. I didn't choose this life, but I'm gonna make every second of it count. just impossible. Do you know how many times, as a person with a terminal disease and as a disabled man as I am, that I have been told the words, "It's impossible"? You're never gonna live past 10 years old. It's impossible. You won't live long enough to see the end of college. It's impossible. You're never gonna find love. It's impossible. You'll never make people care about game accessibility. It's impossible. I am here to tell you that not everything is impossible. One thing that I have learned is if you fight for your limitations, you will never lose them. Never limit yourself or allow others to put limitations on you. You must trade your cynicism for optimism. The truth is, being disabled is very difficult. For people like me, we don't get a break. There are no weekends, no vacations from being disabled, and no break for people taking care of us either. Add being an advocate on top of that, where not only do you have to deal with your own challenges, but you have to convince others to change the system that makes things so difficult. There are moments where it all just seems too much, where I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But in my darkest moments, I am thankful for my support network, for my mom, for my friends who remind me that every failure, every setback, and every difficult day is an opportunity to grow and become a better person. And when all else fails, I have video games. I have one place where I can retreat, collect myself after a bad day, enjoy exploring the universe with a friend, defeating dragons with my family, make a new friend, or even meet the love of my life. For disabled players, video games can provide a window into an otherwise inaccessible world and provide opportunities to share experiences that might actually be impossible anywhere else. We just have to make sure that they are as accessible as they can be to as many people as they can be. I chose to make it my life's work to be the representation I couldn't find when I entered this industry. But I didn't get here alone. I'm forever grateful for everyone who ever believed in me, believed I could win a prestigious award like this one, and even when I didn't believe in myself. Advocacy is hard. Making games is hard. So I'll make you a deal. Together, we can ensure that this is an inclusive industry for everyone. I'm not going to stop. I won't quit. And neither should you.
What an exceptional speech from an exceptional person. Tim, this is you, right? Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. A truly well-deserved award. I'm honored to share the stage with you. If I've learned anything from tonight, it's that everyone needs to name their games in a way that makes puns easier. How do I make a pun out of Forza Horizon 5 or Guardians of the Galaxy? I mean, writing puns is hard, but writing games is even harder. Every year, we talk about how how far game narratives have come. And it would feel like a cliche if it wasn't so true. Video game narrative progresses leaps and bounds every year as we continue to learn that having a cohesive, engaging narrative can pull an entire game together and help us see ourselves in each other's art. And I think connecting and seeing each other in that way is more important now than ever. Here are the nominees for the Best Narrative Award.
Best Narrative. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Developed by Eidos Montreal. Published by Square Enix. Mary DeMoro. Deathloop. Developed by Arcane Leon. Published by Bethesda Softworks.
And sometimes people bend the rules, and sometimes they break them.
Blah, 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 blah.
Are you talking about yourself?
It Takes Two. Developed by Hazelight Studios. Published by Electronic Arts.
Yeah! What are you doing? You're not feeling it? No.
Psychonauts 2. Developed by Double Fine Productions. Published by Xbox Game Studios. Tim Schafer. Unpacking. Developed by Witchbeam. Published by Humble Games. Ren Breyer. Tim Dawson. Annie Vandermeer.
Why do they make these so hard to open? And the winner is Psychonauts 2.
I want to officially declare this purple jacket uncursed. The jacket is uncursed. There's so many people, when you say narrative, there's so many people on that team that make things happen. There is a script, and then there's a producer who organizes the script, and a casting director, and a director in the studio, and an engineer, and an actor who brings so much life to the characters, and animators who make add so many jokes and so much life to it, and then programmers who make the whole scene actually play, all the dialogue play properly, and people who edit the dialogue, and the effects artist puts a tear in the character's eye, and someone plays music, and then you cry, and you're like, this game has such great narrative. But none of those people are here tonight, so I'm gonna say it's just a script. Except for Zach is here. Everybody, Zach, our lead, our animation lead on Psychonauts 2, please say something.
Hey everyone, it's an amazing honor. I mean, it goes to Tim, obviously. He that's the credit, goes to him, but I was honored to be...
15 minutes of cutscenes in the
well,
whole game.
yeah. We had about 6 hours worth of animation cutscenes in our game at the end, but I'd like to thank my animation team for bringing his script to life. Chris, Miyuki, Ray, Jerry, Faith, Alex, and our amazing rigger, Adam. Thank you all. It was just an amazing time, and thank you, Tim, for making these amazing worlds and characters for us to bring to life.
Thanks so much. See you awards.
So I started working in the industry at a time that was more hostile to people with my complexion. Microaggressions were commonplace. I learned to develop thick skin when I was a junior with no power to enact any change or even to speak up. And even as I climbed the ranks and got the coveted senior title, I faced many difficulties. I've attended conferences with an all-white diversity panel. I've spoken at conferences where I was the only non-white person in the advocacy track. I've been the target of alt-right hate groups who wanted to get me fired. And though we still have many problems as an industry that we must address, we have to take a moment to celebrate how far we've come. All games have the potential to have a positive impact. More and more games are rising to that challenge, working hard to be inclusive and thoughtful and to inspire empathy in all of us for the betterment of humankind. So let's celebrate the most culturally impactful games of this year's, and here are the nominees for the Social Impact Award.
Social Impact Award. Before Your Eyes. Developed by Goodbye World Games. Published by Skybound Games. Will Hellworth. Graham Parks. Oliver Lewin. It Takes Two. Developed by Hazelight Studios. Published by Electronic Arts.
We got a relationship to fix. Yeah, you feel that? He's right, that guy.
Life is Strange, True Colors, developed by Deck 9 Games, published by Square Enix, Zach Garris, Jonathan Zimmerman, Felice Kwan, Erica Mori. Boyfriend Dungeon, developed by Kitfox Games, published by Kitfox Games. Chicory, A Colorful Tale, developed by Greg Lobanov, published by Finji, Alexis Dean Jones, Lena Rain, M. Halberstadt, Madeline Berger.
I opened this one early, so I don't have to fiddle with it. And the winner is Boyfriend Dungeon. The Social Impact Award winner couldn't be here tonight, but they've sent an acceptance message.
As the studio head of Kitfox and lead designer and writer of Boyfriend Dungeon, thank you so much to those of you who felt Boyfriend Dungeon deserved the Social Impact Award. But it's really rewarding because it's really the reason why I enjoy making games. I want to think about the person playing it and what they're feeling, and my greatest dream is to affect culture in a positive way. And if people are getting that out of Boyfriend Dungeon from our silly sword smooching game, if they see themselves represented or they feel like they can explore a side of themselves that games doesn't normally let them explore, then, well, I'm more deeply happy than I can express. So thank you very much, and congratulations to all these wonderful games. I would like to thank everyone on the Boyfriend Dungeon team for being themselves and in all their beautiful different ways, and my mom for giving me confidence, and my partner for always believing in me and for encouraging me to make Boyfriend Dungeon in the first place for many years before I could take the leap. So, thank you.
Please welcome the presenter of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, Supergiant Games Creative Director, Greg Kasavin.
Thank you. So last year, the Dragon Quest series of role-playing games celebrated its 35th anniversary. It's an iconic, genre-defining series that sold more than 70 million copies around the world, produced any number of successful spin-offs, and been adapted into movies and television. There's even a Dragon Quest-themed cafe in the heart of Tokyo. When I was a kid, I fell in love with the original Dragon Quest for the Nintendo Entertainment System, published as Dragon Warrior here in the States, though I never could have imagined that the series would have such a steady presence with me through most of my life. It's still going strong. Dragon Quest XI launched in 2017 to widespread acclaim, and Dragon Quest XII was announced less than a year ago. But what's more amazing to me than that, and even more amazing than all the phenomenal worldwide success, is that Dragon Quest's original creator, designer, and writer, Yuji Horii-san, whom we are honoring this evening, has been there for every single installment of this series all this time. You would be very hard-pressed to find another creator in this industry who has stuck with their game series for more than 35 years, much less a game series of such influence and lasting impact as Dragon Quest. In an industry so fraught with uncertainty, where so few have the privilege of stability in their work and in their lives, Horii-san and his collaborators managed to stick with their series, delivering beloved hit after hit for well over a quarter of a century. All this time, Horii-san has served as designer and writer on the series, creating these classic tales of good versus evil and triumph over adversity, filled with heart and warmth, and designed to be highly approachable for players of all ages. He's credited on many other games as well, notably as supervisor and scenario designer on the Super Nintendo classic Chrono Trigger. It overwhelms and inspires me thinking about just how much joy Horii-san's work has brought to so many people in this world and for so long. In a 2011 interview reflecting on 25 years of Dragon Quest back then, Horii-san described the series as being about overcoming hardship. It's like climbing up a steep mountain, he said. You have to keep climbing, 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 and then at the end, you finally get to the top of the mountain and you see the beautiful view. I hope Horii-san has had a chance to see that by now. Unfortunately, Yuji Horii-san was unable to travel to GDC this time around, but he sent us a short acceptance video we would like to share with you all now. Thank you.
どうも、堀裕二です。この度は名誉ある GDC アワードの生涯功労賞に選出していただき、本当にありがとうございます。実は僕はもともと漫画が大好きな少年で、中学高校時代ともずっと漫画家になりたいと思っていました。大学では漫画研究会に所属し、漫画を描いたり、プロの漫画家さんの原作を手伝ったり、雑誌にイラストと記事を書いたりしていました。そして大学を卒業した後もフリーランスとしてライターの仕事をしていたのですが、その当時世の中が大きな変化を迎えていました。コンピューターの登場です。新聞でコンピューターの特集記事を読んだ僕は、このコンピューターという機械にとてつもない魅力を感じました。そして矢も盾もたまらずマイクロコンピューター、パーソナルコンピューターを買ったのでした。もともと数学が好きだった僕はたちまちコンピューターというおもちゃに夢中になり、プログラミング言語を覚え、自分でもゲームを趣味で作り始めたのでした。その頃たまたまエニックス、現在のスクエアエニックスですねがゲームプラモコンテストをやっていたので、自作のゲームで応募したところ見事に予選。それが僕のゲーム人生の出発点でした。今からおよそ40年前の出来事です。入選作は趣味で自分で遊ぶためのアクションゲームでしたが、次も市販されて人にプレイしてもらえると、当時興味のあったアドベンチャーゲームを作ることにしました。プレイ中に物語が進行して次々と殺人鬼が起きていくゲームです。それがポートピア連続殺人事件でした。ゲーム中、次は何をしますかって聞いてくる、コマンドを要求してくるキャラが実は犯人という荒技を使いました。これがさらに好評を得てゲーム制作の依頼が増えていきます。コンピューターの魅力の一つは入力に対してさまざまなリアクションをプログラムでき、その一択性だと思います。つまりプレイヤーの行動を想像していろんな仕掛けを作っておく。このシステム上で物語を作るには僕はとても楽しい作業と感じました。それから自分自身も好きで遊んでいたウィザードリー・オルティマといった RPG にも物語というレールを引いたらとても遊びやすくなるんじゃないかと思って作ったのがドラゴンクエストです。ドラゴンクエストも漫画と同じように短い会話で物語が進行します。コンピューター上の上に書いた漫画のようなものだと僕は思っています。僕たちのチームは現在新たな本編作品であるドラゴンクエスト12の 制作のほかいくつかの新しい作品を制作しています。これらの作品はドラゴンクエスト11のように世界のたくさんの皆さんにプレイしていただければと思います。今後の続報に期待してください。
And we're back for blood. That was a little long. The Oscars, the Grammys, and the Golden Globes all have one thing in common. They do not have an innovation award category, but we do. That's why it's so exciting to work on games. Every year, even after all of this time, there are thousands of games that do something we've never seen before. We have just barely scratched the surface of what's possible in our medium. And maybe someday, we might even be able to make a functioning door. What a time to be alive! Friends, please join me in celebrating the nominees for the Innovation Award.
Innovation Award. It Takes Two, developed by Hazelight Studios, published by Electronic Arts. Wildermyth, developed by Worldwalker Games, published by Worldwalker Games. Unpacking, developed by Witchbeam, published by Humble Games, Tim Dawson, Ren Breyer, Jeff Van Dyke. Inscription, developed by Daniel Mullins Games, published by Devolver Digital, Daniel Mullins. Deathloop, developed by Arcane Leon, published by Bethesda Softworks.
And the winner is Unpacking.
Okay. Oh my God. Thank you. 4 years ago, Tim arrived at my apartment with a pile of boxes in tow. We'd been dating for a year and a bit, and that day marked an exciting new chapter in our lives. It ended up being even more significant, though, because it was also the day we came up with an idea for a game about unpacking. Now, I can't believe how much this game has changed our lives. It's taken us around the world, introduced us to so many people, so many opportunities, and now we're here. Everyone has been so nice and supportive all week so far. Yeah, I just can't believe it. And I could not have asked for a better team. Tim, who is the glue who holds this whole project together, and who also held me together through some of the roughest patches. Jeff, with more experience in games than the rest of us combined. Angus, who practically reinvented isometric pixel art working on this game, and the rest of our amazing art team, Michelle, Joe, and Stacy, who each put a bit of themselves into the game and got it to an unbelievable level of polish. And Annie, who helped us come up with a believable cast of characters you never get to see. Damon, who helped us make the game more accessible with fully remappable controls, Victoria, with her god-tier community management skills, and Emily, who took over from her recently and has been smashing it. And of course, Sanatan, who has always believed in us and supported us through the good and the bad. Thank you all so much for making this game what it is. And thanks everyone here in the audience. Yeah, thank you so much.
I've been in games for nearly 15 years, and in that time, I've learned that games can basically be boiled down to 2 ingredients: heart and math. Right? I get the hard part, but math is really hard. Technology is advancing these days at the blink of an eye, and these developers are working even faster than that to bring us the best of what the new platforms and mechanics can accomplish in an interactive medium. I can't even tell you how much math is involved in that. It's incalculable. Thank you. So let's see the nominees for the award for everything that I'm not smart enough to understand in video games, the Best Technology Award.
Best Technology. Halo Infinite, developed by 343 Industries, published by Xbox Game Studios. David Berger, Dean Johnson, Danielle Gianetti, Mike Romero. Forza Horizon 5, developed by Playground Games, published by Xbox Game Studios. Mike Brown, Don Arcata, Gareth Harwood, Fraser Strachan. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, developed by Insomniac Games, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Returnal, developed by Housemarque, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Ethan Watson, Risto Jonkila, Markku Välänen. Hitman 3, developed by IO Interactive, published by IO Interactive.
And the winner is Ratchet and Clank.
Excuse me, deep breath. This is way scarier than giving my talk earlier today. So, oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? All right. First, thank you, everyone. It's so humbling to be counted among all the amazingly talented developers here. And it's an incredible honor to be recognized. I'd like to begin by thanking all of my colleagues that came up here with me, right? I was telling our director earlier this week that there was no way in hell I was going to come up here by myself. All right, this is truly terrifying. But on behalf of all the engineering teams at Insomniac, I'd like to begin by thanking all Insomniacs. Without your vision and support, frankly, most of our games would be just really well-optimized programmer art. I'd also like to thank the Advanced Technology Group, the ICE team, and all of the other tech wizards that built the platform that made Rift Apart possible. I'd also like to thank our family, friends, and loved ones that stood by us every step of the way as we brought Ratchet to the finish line. And finally, my good friend Alon here has a few additional words for us.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody who supported every one of us when we were getting started. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As a career game designer, this is the category that's closest to my heart. When I started making games, there was a moment when I had a very hard time playing games, something that I had done my whole life up to that point. All of a sudden, I was starting to see behind the curtain. The magic was fading. I asked myself if I had made a mistake. I wished that I could turn it off, to go back to how I used to play games. As I was coming to terms with my new reality, something unexpected happened. I was starting to develop a love for the craft that I didn't believe was possible. It was stronger than the love, than the one it replaced. Now, I could see the source of the magic and the intentions behind it. Game design is invisible until it's not, and then its beauty can blind you. Here are the nominees for the Best Design Award.
Best Design. It Takes Two, developed by Hazelight Studios, published by Electronic Arts. Psychonauts 2, developed by Double Fine Productions, published by Xbox Game Studios. Tim Schafer, Seth Marinello. Halo Infinite, developed by 343 Industries, published by Xbox Game Studios. Jerry Hook, Paul Crocker, Tom French, Troy Mashburn. Deathloop, developed by Arcane Leon, published by Bethesda Softworks. Inscription, developed by Daniel Mullins Games, published by Devolver Digital. Daniel Mullins.
And the winner is It Takes Two. The Best Design Award winner couldn't be here tonight, but they've sent you here, they sent us an acceptance thank you. I hope you could read fast. Please join me in taking a moment to remember those colleagues, peers, mentors, and friends who we lost this year. Every single one of them has made a tremendous contribution to our art and our industry. They will never be forgotten. Okay. I have another one for you. What do you call a Deathloop sequel set in a restaurant? Death Soup. Death Soup. The drums were too loud. The joke wasn't bad. It was the drums, right? It's okay, everyone. We're getting to the end here. Be patient. I'm almost out of puns. I know that everyone wishes that they could vote on which of my jokes was the best tonight. But here we have the audience award instead. The audience award is always one of my favorite because it could be literally any game that wins. I think Wordle has a shot this year. All right? So here are the winners of the, here is the winner of our audience award. You ready for it? Valheim. So the audience award winner couldn't be here tonight, but they've sent this acceptance message.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Josephine, and we're from Haringey. Thank you so much for giving us this year's audience award. It means so much to us that you like our game. It's been a lot to have your support this year, and we really hope that you will continue to love the game for a long time to come.
We're finally here. It's the biggest award of the night, but it's still not bigger than Lady Dimitrescu. All right, wait. I had a joke for this one. Hold on. What do you call it when Lady Dimitrescu, wait, I messed up her name. Lady Dimitrescu spills her drink? Resident Evil spillage. Is it getting better or worse? Okay. All right. So here it is, our Game of the Year award. These nominees represent some of the best voices, best technology, best design, best narrative, and best innovation that our industry has to offer, all wrapped up into 5 spectacular games. Each of them deserve to win for being not only an example of where we are now, but a glimpse of where our industry is headed as a whole. Here are the nominees for the Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Inscription. Developed by Daniel Mullins Games. Published by Devolver Digital. Daniel Mullins. Jonas Enzel. David Hegeman. Forza Horizon 5. Developed by Playground Games. Published by Xbox Game Studios. Mike Brown. Don Arcata. Gareth Harwood. Fraser Strachan. Resident Evil Village. Developed by Capcom. Published by Capcom.
There you
Deathloop. Developed by Arcane Leon. Published by Bethesda Softworks. It Takes Two. Developed by Hazelight Studios. Published by Electronic Arts.
Feel it?
I feel stuck.
And the winner of the 2022 Game Developers Choice Award for the Game of the Year goes to Inscription.
unexpected. I don't know how you compare those games. Like, I think, like, should you have made the cars faster in Forza or something? Like, but I was trying to think, like, I didn't think this one would happen, but I was trying to rack my brain for some, like, thank you deep cuts. So I was thinking of thanking my grandma for being 1/4 of my genes, but also she actually is the voice of Grimora in Inscription. So she is a voice actor. My dad let me film him, and he's a secret boss in Inscription, and there's one version of him that has like a yoga like pillow on his head, and he's supposed to look like a mushroom man, and he put up with that. And, that's cool. Thank you, and thank you.
As we wrap up our night, I believe my total pun and dad joke count comes to about 13. We call that a Troy Baker's dozen. All right, now it's 14, right? Genuinely, I would like to end the show by giving a final congratulations to all of the winners and all of the nominees and everyone who shipped or even worked on a game this past year. You've done the impossible time and time again. I admire all of you and consider myself extremely lucky to be your colleague. I'd like to thank everyone who made this show safe and possible. The production crew backstage, the GDC organizers, the volunteers, and the CAs who brought us all back together this evening. Please give them a round of applause. I'd like to end by asking everyone who's watching, here and back home, to cross your arms like this. Do it. Now, squeeze gently. We've all just shared a much-needed communal hug. The past few years have been really tough, but we have each other, and we will get through this. So thanks for coming and for watching. Please stay safe, and don't forget, we're stronger together. Thank you.